Now, selling is a transference of emotion. That's really the transference of energy. What is it? Transference of what? Emotion. It's energy in motion. Right? The biggest chokehold on a business is the psychology and skill set of the owner. What's that mean? That means the doctor's got to be the most committed. The doctor's got to be the example of a loving person. The doctor has to be an example of an inspired leader. They got to vibrate the highest. They can't be immersed in the problems or create problems in the team. They got to follow the system step by step. And you have to develop the skill set. The owner, the doctor, sets the tone and has to be the example for the team. Now, the team has a responsibility to reach that same level. That's why it's so important when you're in Elite, man, have the team participating in every part of it. Team should be on the teleconferences. Team's got to come to the semi-annuals. Team needs to be at the boot camps. Because they have to also develop the psychology and the skill set. 80% of success is psychology and physiology. 20% is facts. What's that mean? Influence is a transference of emotion. It's changing people's states. Number one, it's got to happen in your team. That's what a 6-step staff meeting is. That's a pre-shift huddle. That's turning goals into action steps that create lifetime relationships with patients. So the systems are not just steps that you follow through like with the energy of a mundane task. It's when you have heartfelt energy in systems. The theme for Monday, get your body strong for the week, right? So it's not just, hey, get your body strong. It's being really glad to see someone on Monday. Amy, we're so glad you're here. Your body's going to be so strong this week. Way to come in on Mondays. Now, when you have that tone and she feels that you're sincere, she's going to always want to be there on Mondays. She will never miss an appointment on Monday. Because the minute you miss an appointment on Monday, what are you going to do? What happened to Monday, man? Came on Tuesday? If she missed Monday, then we're confronting it on Tuesday. Why? Because you have to be unwavering. On Monday, what's the probability her body's in a weakening posture? Is that pretty high? Well, that can't happen. That's not an option. You can't be in a weakened posture on Monday. That's not it. What's your week going to look like if you're in a weakened posture on Monday? What's your week going to look like? This group participation, what do you think? It's going to suck. And you know what? That's not an option. That's not an option in our team. Your week is not going to suck because you come on Monday because we care about you. And if you don't develop these habits, then what's going to happen is you're not going to have the self-esteem to realize that there's something you can do consistently to be your best. And if we let you down on that, that's our fault because now your life might not be different. Will now be different. Does that make sense? There's no variables. So everything is done with the right energy. Psychology and physiology will be more focused on changing people's states than giving them information. So how do you do that? You got to manage your state. Difference between an amateur and a professional is the ability to manage your state. That's it. That's a pre-shift huddle. How many people do pre-shift huddles? That's got to happen like clockwork, man. Everybody is there on time. You're at a peak state before the first person walks through the door. Your feet are 3 feet off the ground before the first person walks in. Nobody's feet hits the ground till the last person walks out the door. So for the next 4 hours, everybody on that team is in an elevated state. That's it. Your schedule at the beginning of a shift is only your reference point. What's that mean? That's where we start the day. Every shift you create your schedule. So when your team comes in and they look at the schedule, okay, great, Here's our starting point. What do we want to create in the next 4 hours? That's your pre-shift huddle. Now we have unity. What's our energy going to be like? What are our action steps? What are 2 things that we're going to communicate as a team? What are we going to look for at the end? And then you check your results at the end.